I have a new moze build for you today. Alright? This moze build is a flare build. Not flare, rocketeer build. Rocketeer. That's the one. And it's kind of a heater, I'm not gonna lie. Boom. I'm gonna be mad. Alright. As you can see, it can one shot. It didn't. It usually does one shot. And when it doesn't one shot, it's not very common for it to not one shot. And it doesn't matter anyway, because Iron Bear is the main focus. This build's kind of broken, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna quickly travel to Midnight's car and I'll tell you more about the build. I'll show off the build and then we can do a quick takedown run. Alright? So you get to see its performance against a boss, then its performance against the takedown, and then conclusion. So this build utilizes auto bear, right? It's a bit of a weird one though, because most auto bear builds don't actually go that far into purple tree, or they go all the way down to purple tree, but they never do what I do. So if we want to take a look real quick. Not capstoning bottomless mags. Okay. Only getting up to Specialist Bear for extra Iron Bear damage. Cloud of Lead and Stoke the Ember. It's very standard build, you know. Redistribution just to keep your ammo topped off. Scrappy to move down. These are just good skills to have on all moze builds. For healing, I'll show you that in a minute. Just start jogging and you win. 3 in big surplus, 2 in really big guns, because big surplus is really good. That's to move down the tree. To get Harmonious Havoc. And with Harmonious Havoc, for each weapon, shield, and grenade that matches the element, you get bonus damage. So right here, 20% incendiary damage from the old god. And then this, you can use any grenade. I'm just using this grenade. It's not very good. Any fire grenade would help. Not very good for this build. I love it on Namara, but Unkempt Herald, Boom Sickle, you know, just anything fire. To pair with Harmonious Havoc. Then Fired Up for status effect extra fire rate. Then very standard Demolition Woman tree. Very standard. Only thing is we put 5 in here for auto bear. And actually that used to be a huge thing anyway. I kind of thought about putting 3 in here. Or putting a couple in there. But I decided not to. You can always throw more in explosive punctuation for a better cooldown. Security bear, just because I had an extra point. And it's very helpful to have extra shields. Armored infant, well, just very normal tree here, you know. 3 in here just because I had nothing else. Oh yeah, actually, never mind. For corrosive Cybit round, that is important if you're going to be trying to take down the seer, unless you want to make a corrosive setup, which I really don't. I guess I have enough to make a corrosive setup, but then I'd actually have to go out and get a corrosive shield, grenade, stuff like that, you know. And instead I was just like, how about I spec down to corrosive Cybit round, which is already amazing and pairs perfect because it's corrosive, well, because it's explosive, because that does splash damage, pairs perfect with this tree, and I could just have that instead. I like running old gods with this setup for gear, by the way. For gear, you already saw it. Anything fire and an old god. Things I'd like to... Oh, wait. Never mind. I forgot You can wear literally any relic. So, like, I'm going to wear Pearl for now. For that, you want the Rocketeer, so you get better auto bear, because again, it's an auto bear build. You preferably want 5 out of 5 in Fire in the Skag Den, summon weapon damage, and then action skill damage. And maybe crit damage if you can also roll that, but that is like an actual god roll that I don't think almost anybody will be able to get. Like, you know, there's a couple of lucky people out there who will be able to find it. And then they'll be mad because of the they got it on a flare and not a minesweeper. But it's, yeah. Literally whole build, just point and shoot, doesn't matter. And then, real quick, one thing I want to mention. There's a skill that makes it so you get increased mag size for each matching manufacturer. Which you'd think, oh, that actually would work really well with the one that you get for each matching element. It kind of doesn't, because then you actually just are forced into running same element, same manufacturer gun. Which you can do, and then run, like, a company man, too. Which that skill would synergize perfectly with the company man, but it's kind of just more effort than it's worth, in my opinion, because it's not even that much mag size. Something feels off right now. Not the damage of the build. The build is okay. It's doing fine, but of my sensitivity, it feels a bit slow. And it feels like normal, and then all of a sudden it jolts. We'll leave auto bear and let him do it. See, I'm barely using auto bear, and it's still rolling. Look at how much damage it's doing. 88 million. 16 million. And then you just hop out, you boogeyman. Which can give auto bear, well, auto bear can summon those boogeyman skulls. That's why that's another crazy good weapon to have on this build. And honestly, the best setup though is Revolter, Radical. That just like this. Hold up, real quick, let me get it. Something like this, you know, you could always substitute the Rowan's Call or any of the weapons with something like a Plague Bearer or just honestly anything crazy. Anything powerful, anything. And for here, we'll just quickly throw on Salbit rounds. I got another moze build I wanna do. Which you don't need the Salbit rounds for these guys. Actually, I don't run it usually. Usually I just run whatever I walk in with, but might as well, right? Be careful when you're using something like Salbit rounds, because Iron Bear can kill himself because it is splash. He doesn't do it much, but he can do it. So he'll stick him, and as you can see, he's just kind of dead. There's no chance for him. And just blow him up. I'll let Bear handle that. Yeah. The rounds didn't even need to explode to kill him. And then he shoots them before they even spawn and sticks them. And then he kills him just like that. Like, Iron Bear is kind of crazy for this build. Here, we'll just quickly spawn in another Iron Bear. You should have, like, 100% uptime of Iron Bear. Of Auto Bear. 100% uptime. If you don't, you're kind of doing something wrong. Something I wish Auto Bear did, though, is shoot one, stick him, and then shoot the next guy, so you can get, like, 500 different sticks on one guy. Because if you get that many, it's kind of good. So, as you can see, this build is already doing crazy. By the way, if I crash, I'm ending the video. I don't care. I don't care where the video is left at. I'm ending it. and I'm moving on to doing something else because I have another another couple of moze builds in the running right now. Well, in the process right now, and I want time to make those. There's just a lot of shit happening. Before it was in the summer, I didn't have a job, but now I'm like school, work, games, stuff like that. It's a lot happening. So my uploads are not very consistent right now, but I like the hex for the shock setup, by the way, because it stacks fired up really well, and if you pair it with rushing offensive, so when you sprint, so you can sprint and just get your health back immediately. Like, we'll let this guy hit us a couple of times, break our shields, hurt us a bit more, and then we just start running, and that's only with one. So with a couple of these chucked, you can tell you will literally never die. Look, did you see how fast my health went up? And I didn't even mean to keep the corrosive on, and look, it still doesn't matter because he shreds. This build is crazy. You yourself literally one-tap everything. Bear one-taps everything. Just get a decent flare with as much as you can into fire in the Skag Den, and that's basically it. And if you use stuff like the Rowan's Call or the Boogeyman, with assuming you hit crits, you should never run out of ammo. So some things, yeah, you'll run out of ammo because you can't crit. But other things, yeah. You actually would gain ammo from a crit. Instead of, well, gain ammo from shooting, not actually losing any. And I like down but not out. Some people don't. You may want to put some more in, if you're having trouble with auto bear uptime, which I'm not, you may want to put some more into what's it called? Explosive punctuation. That's the one. And in Fight for Your Life, these grenades, you'll never die with. No, come back. Like, obviously you will, but it gives you a shitload of uptime just by spamming them. So we got pretty unlucky. We got a flamethrower. As you can see, though, it doesn't matter. That guy just got one-tapped. And now we're moving on to Wotan, and that's where we'll call it the end. So, yeah, all you need, corrosive, well, all you need is that spec, and to match elements on guns. That's it. Maybe a little bit of mechanics, but not much, if I'm going to be honest. Now, it is kind of a fun build to use, but I don't know. I kind of like standard moze builds more than something like this. Not because this is worse in any way, because it's not. I think it may be one of the better moze builds I've made or even seen. It's just, I like the freedom to use any gun I want and not just be stuck with matching elements. And auto barrel will, yep, auto barrel quickly finish that one off. I'm going to miss a couple of shots, and yeah. Everything I need. Everything you need in a build. But I do like having the freedom of all the other moze builds. Either way, that'll be it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.